All right, welcome back, everybody. March 5th, 2018, another esports edition for the RVP podcast. In fact, I'm not even sure if we're going to call it that. I've got a guest here, Alex Jordan,
Hey, thanks for
CERUS
having me.
Esports. Now, all right, Alex, I want to give everyone some insight into what it is that you actually do at CERUS. I know you've been making some magic happen with an upcoming Road to DreamHack event. And before I go into details of where people can go and all that other information, where did all of this magic start for you? When did you wake up one morning and decide I need to create an esports org and this is what I'm going to call it and this is what we're going to do?
Well, probably started years ago when I was like, I want a career in esports. And for the most part, I have never been, skilled enough, didn't have the fastest reactions. And I grinded, ups and downs. And then eventually life set in and I kind of had to move on from that dream. So I got back into it 2012, I want to say. And a buddy of mine and I tried to start up a podcast and, writing articles and guides. And it turns out that producing media is very, very difficult, especially back then. It was a lot more competitive. The scene was a lot smaller. And that, it didn't go down in flames. It just kind of languished. We never really reached our goals, didn't have the time or money to devote to it. And I realized while going through all that, that I was basically doing a lot of what an org does without actually running an org. So, sat on that for a couple more years, worked with a couple friends, starting some little businesses around here and there, helping them with theirs. And then finally in 2015, I believe it was, late 2015, I was like, I decided it was time to just go whole hog. And we originally founded under the name Violet Crown Gaming. I knew from the beginning I wanted to be Austin-based, Texas, focused with a large community focus. And unfortunately, that name conflicts with a certain organization who is known to be litigious, and we had to change. So we went to, I forget the name of the place. It's a land center in Waco. The team at the time went there to compete in an event, and when we came back, we were like, all right, this is the last thing we can do as Violet Crown. We need a new name. We need to get our, business stuff sorted out, and we had acquired an investor. So we sat down, we hacked out the name CERUS, we got the logo, we got all that going. And ever since then, we have been just slowly growing, moving up, and continually attending events, supporting local community stuff. And we have a lot of stuff that we're trying to do, like supporting initiatives for high school esports, trying to support anybody in college level or basically anything in the Texas area that we can offer resources to in furthering esports in Texas.
So grassroots seems like an important aspect of what you see as a vision for what Ceres can do. Speaking of which, now that brings us to the road to DreamHack. There's got an opportunity here for CS:GO players to register to perhaps win a all paid travel assistance, $1,500 travel assistance to the top performing team plus BYOC packet or tickets to bring out their squad and participate in a larger circuit here. And so, as this opportunity comes aboard, initially, how do you feel about being able to do some of these things, and where do you hope to see it go?
I'm psyched. This has been an awesome experience. And part of it was just the hectic pace of this went from concept to planning to gathering resources to implementation. And I really think it was about 3 weeks. And it's just phenomenal to be able to like pull something together that quickly and actually offer people who maybe they're good at the game, they want to go to some of this stuff, but they just don't quite have enough money or they can't afford a ticket and then gas or whatever. If they can just win out this tournament, that'll cover just about everything but like food and hotel. And I wish we could offer more. I wish we could, go to a hotel and be like, hey, can you, put up some rooms for winners? Fortunately, the hotels have not been that open to us, and our budget has not quite been enough to offer all expenses paid. But what we are offering is the winning team gets 1,500 in travel support, 5 BYOC standard passes, which do give you access to the expo floor. You get to view all the tournaments and the pros. You can take part in all the little contests. Not to mention, there's going to be the BYOC tournaments, which I believe this year are Counter Strike, like League of Legends, maybe Rocket League, stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of the larger names that have already existed in previous events, a lot of the bigger titles will certainly have competitions there. And in the past, DreamHack puts up anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000 for those events, based on the number of participants, of course, that are there. There will be live streaming of those BYOC competitions as well from folks within the there with the production team, more than likely with some of the DreamHack crew that they have on site, and they'll have some folks available to really put some community support and some community efforts behind those BYOC events, and with still unannounced, perks and features to come. So I mean, there's a lot of opportunity here for the winners of this Road to DreamHack, this particular event that you have coming up. That I'm really excited to see the teams come together. I know that the dates on this one, February 28th through the 2nd, or rather, what are the dates again? Tell us.
So registration is already open. So that date, we opened up like a week ago. You can register now. The matches will be March 31st and April 1st. Unfortunately, there were some conflicts, so that is Easter weekend. A little bit harder for some people to pull that off, but the 31st will be the first bit of bracket play. We're hoping that we have the right amount of people that we can do best of 3 upper brackets, then best of 1 lower brackets, so that even if you do drop a series of maps, you can still make your way all the way to the finals by winning best of 1s. Then once that happens, the winners, they'll be notified how they're going to get their prizes and all that. And then DreamHack, it starts June 1st, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, once players get into town for DreamHack, we're hoping to meet up with the winners, and we want to have like CERUS jerseys for them. Should be able to get those in time. Take them out to dinner one night. Get them into some local stuff, and we're working on some other stuff that might be exciting for the winners. So.
Excellent. So there's still a lot of perks just for coming on board, taking a shot at it. Of course, this is an opportunity for some of the teams here in North America to compete, come up, show up. We want to see what you guys have got, because there's going to be a lot of us watching, with the live stream that'll be taking place for this event. And we want to see that the local talent is properly represented. So if you have an opportunity to play in these events, even if you don't have a team yet, there might be a possibility to reach out to somebody to help with that. Speaking of which, Alex, what do you have any comments on that? If any players that are out there wanting to find a team?
It looks like we do have a few teams that have already signed up that only have 2 or 3 players registered. So it's not a bad idea to just reach out to them individually. Otherwise, it's still going to be a fun tournament. It's pretty low cost, $350 a player. So if you just want to gather 5 of your friends and take your shot, it's going to be great. There's also, if for players who just can't find a team for whatever reason, probably ask on the CEVO forums or go to like the Midwest CSGO group on Facebook. I know there's a lot of great players there who, probably want to take a shot at this. And speaking of which, I see AZO Esports is already registered. They haven't got their full 5 on there, but some of them are actually from the Midwest CSGO group. And if you're looking for a community of really solid players, and when I say really solid, I mean you've got Slimmy that's involved there, you've got MCE, you've got like the guys from AZO, and there's some other notable names. That's a great place to go pick up a team. But if you can't pick up a team, you can watch the stream. There's still stuff to win. We're giving away 3-day passes that were provided by DreamHack. With them a huge thanks for all their prize support. And we should have 6 of those to give away. The first one I believe we're going to be giving away this week on Twitter, hoping to give away the rest on this during streams. So just watching it, you do have an opportunity to find your way to DreamHack without the travel support.
And maybe some mentions of some of the other prizes that you have. I know you mentioned Mothership as well.
Yeah, they've been throwing boxes of stuff at us. So the biggest items that we have right now are the Star Wars Destiny booster packs. These big boxes of 36 booster packs for the Star Wars Destiny. I believe it's a trading card game. It comes with dice and the little booster packs, cards, stuff like that. Those are valued at about $90 a piece. So if you're into that, it's phenomenal. We also have some Dungeons and Dragons. It's like a playmat you lay down for a grid for moving through dungeons and stuff, playing Dungeons and Dragons. Then we also have some HeroClix figurines, and then there's a board game that they gave us in the first batch of stuff. And let's see, there was something else, but it's slipping my mind. And that's just the first box. They said there's probably 2 more boxes of stuff that they want to throw out there and just show people, hey, this is what we have this to offer. They want to get people in during DreamHack or after. And if you really enjoy Magic the Gathering or other trading card games, they're the place to go. There's people there pretty much all the time, and I love that place so much. Oftentimes I'll go down there and just eat lunch with them just to hang out, and pretty much anybody is welcome to do that.
Yeah, they do have meetups for their PC setup. They do have a LAN where they can accommodate 20 PCs or 20 players to come sit down and use their PCs that are there with various different tournaments and other meetups. I know League of Legends is running on Tuesday nights. I'm not sure about what their CSGO or Dota 2 meetups are looking like lately, but they do have other games as well are incorporated in that we aren't tracking currently. But head over to the website. I've got it pulled up here if you guys want to check it out and get more information from Mothership Books and Games. Alex, thank you for getting all this information. I really appreciate the effort that you're putting behind the grassroots campaigns to get players a chance to play, get them to suit up, and show everybody what they've got. And can't thank you enough, man. Thanks for sharing that.
It's my honor. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's a pleasure, man. I really appreciate you. And for everyone else, thank you for tuning in. RBP Podcast here. This is going to be the esports edition where we talk about everything that's gaming lifestyle, internet lifestyle, technology, and things that you will find all over the internet. We talk about it here. Thanks again to one of our big sponsors out there, DreamHack. Come over to the DreamHack.com website and get ready for the Austin event 1st through the 3rd of June 2018. Just click on there. Get your tickets now. We're about 60% capacity for the BYOC place, so you don't have much time remaining. If you plan on getting your BYOC passes, you better do that sooner than later because it will sell out. Looking forward to see all of you there. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.